Definitely been a while. Um, Definitely been a while since I've been live. It's been a lot going on in my life, but very good things. I hope, beloveds, that you will prosper and be in good health even as your soul prospers. For those of you who are just coming, you know that my name is Angel and I'm the soul healing coach. And normally it would be called Carhartt Chronicles, but today it is called Soul Care Meets Jewelry Artists because I am in here working on something that I've been dreaming about for the past couple of days, and this is going to be a necklace piece. It's going to be amazing. Um, so I'm in here with my hammer, but I really wanted to be intentional today to talk to you all about something that's been on my heart, mind, and spirit. I have not done acular acupuncture um, for about, how old is my son? For about 12 years. About 12 years ago, I had an experience in a place called Beautiful Mind, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, where I was able to experience ocular acupuncture. Actually, I had forgotten that I had experienced it until I shot the podcast with Nat Decline. And then in our conversation, when we finished, I was like, I do remember how I felt. I do remember the release. I do remember the remembrance. What do I do with all of that information? Find an acupuncturist and start again. Well, lo and behold, I have a friend. Her name is Nicole Figuera, and she does Feel the Heal 77 in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina as well. So for those of you who don't know, like Myrtle Beach is really turning into this holistic wellness space. Um, and I had a meeting one morning, also with another who I call woman heartfelt guru in the Myrtle Beach area. Leah, and we were talking, Leah Pelgrim, and we were talking about just friendship and nurturing and how we feel in spaces and how we feel as facilitators and guide work and that kind of stuff. And let me tell you, I booked the appointment with A Beautiful Mind, excuse me, to do it was breath work, sound healing, ocular acupuncture, which means they put the needles in your ears, and then like guided meditation. And I had done all this before. I leave some of this myself, but I had not added the acupuncture piece. And I was like, oh, let's see. Oh my goodness. When I brought the ticket, it double booked for whatever reason. I say it because of spirit, because I was like, that means my husband is supposed to be here. He's supposed to be here, y'all. And so I said, you know what? This is going to be his first gift for his birthday because his birthday is in the end of February, and I want to do a gift or something like every other 3 4 days is my plan. And so I was like, well, you know what? Let me treat him like I treat myself for my birthday. And so being intentional for 28 days in some way. So I said, you know what? He's gonna come. He's gonna come. Oh my gosh, we had an amazing time. Something we do as healers is we create space for other people to heal, but we don't naturally create space for those who are right in our community or in our family to fully experience what it is we do for other people. Therefore, we don't they don't get the same experience. They may be dealing with some of the same stuff that we're teaching other people about, but they don't get the experience, right, of all the knowledge that you have fully because you're not spending what is it, maybe 2 to 8 to 9, some of us 10 hours a day to teach these things. And so this year I told my husband and I told God, told Divine and my ancestors, listen, I'm shifting that crap. I'm shifting the shit. Okay. I'm shifting it. I am about to be able and I will continue to create a healing sense of oasis in my own home as I do for the rest of the world. What I mean by that is for the rest of the world. Catch my drift? If I am going to get on here and teach mindfulness and deep breathing and muscle deregulation and somatic symptoms helps and um, how to create yourself a safe space and how to have life balance and da 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 da, but I got to make sure that those who are around me who actually live with me can experience those things as well because that's what's really important. Go get it. All right. So if y'all just come in here, First of all, how many of y'all been here? If you've been here in the chat, say been here. If you just come here, say come here. Okay, that's how we talk down south. That's how we gullah women talk. And so, what I have to acknowledge is that my men in my life need just as much healing as the women that I help on a regular basis. And so, I think this is Spirit's way of starting something. But for right now, this is just a family process for me. For me, my husband, and two of my sons, because my other son is heading off on his own journey. And I look forward to telling you all about that process next time we meet, hopefully next week. So, in this understanding, as this is, we got love here in the corner. We're moving over to this love format because it's Valentine's Day, and everywhere you go, there's hearts and there's red and there's pink, and this year there's purple and blue as well, which I really love. And so, with that being said, honey, listen, we gotta love on ourselves. Last night at the experience, it was amazing because I felt like my professional life and my personal life were coming together. My husband got to experience something very similar to what I do, but nothing like what I do. Mona Lee Ness um, does this process of ocular acupuncture with this very deep meditative process and sound bowl healing, honey, that will get your whole life snatched. When I finished with that, coupled with Nicole Figueroa from Feel the Heal, 77 came in with some somatic breath work, honey, that went through a 4 and 4. And I don't even remember. I got lost at the 4 and 4 because I was so in it. So in it. I got lost in it. There was one moment I felt like I was glued to the floor, not in a bad way, but you ever been like, you feel like you're just doing so much, you kind of like just you're in your body, but you're not in your body. It was a full immersion and I felt in my body. There was a guided meditation she did that talked about the mirror effect. Oh my gosh. That's what I call it, the mirror effect. And when I say I needed that mirror in my life, I didn't realize how much I needed that mirror in my life. She did a meditation that involved the past life, um, but a past life in this current life, looking at our life in the numbers of seven, and what we have done in the previous 7 years, meeting this current person that we are, and then looking at our higher self, and what who we will be in 7 years. And it was a whole experience. I didn't realize how much I needed, but I needed it. And so when you get into that process and you realize, and I realized what this process was telling me, because I had a lot of things on my altar before Spirit. This year, I said I was going to be really intentional. I wasn't going to make something happen. I was going to wait in Spirit for the time for things to happen. And about a week ago, I pulled a dead halt on everything that I had said go on. Do y'all hear me? I pulled a dead halt. I had things on the table. I had booked people for the podcast. I had things that were supposed to take place, and I felt Spirit say, pause. Because in this season, I believe this year, that this is what we've been prepping for the whole time, not realizing that we have to be ready and have room enough to receive what's coming our way. And so, with that, that means I had to change some things. I had to move some things. I had to navigate some things. So, with all that being said, and I think I'm going to go ahead and make the green one because St. Patty's Day, or how about, yeah, St. Patty's Day is coming up. But anyway, and it's coming up after Valentine's Day, but I made so much Valentine's Day stuff. I feel like I didn't want to move on to green. Just my thought. Um, Going back into my thought, y'all, it's taking care of yourself is important. I feel like I'm trying to get to it without rushing to it. It's important that we take care of ourselves. And when I say take care of yourself, mind, body, soul, and spirit. How does that show up for you? It looks different for everybody, right? For me, last night, it was about immersion. It was about breath work. It was about acupuncture. It was about sound healing. It was about hearing other instruments like the triangle instrument and the wind chimes and all these different things. It was about being in breath work in community. It was about shutting my life down for an hour and a half intentionally. So the next time y'all come to me talking about I don't have time, this is what Spirit has taught me since 2016. You either make the time or your body will take the time. Okay? We don't want to wait until our body starts showing us somatic symptoms that things need to change and things need to shift, right? We want to go ahead and do it. We want to go ahead and do it. I'm going to put a question in here. The question is how, don't know what happened. It's about how do you slow your week down? How do you slow your week down? How do you slow your week down? What happens when you are intentional about slowing your week down? Something you're doing to slow down your week. And I know some of y'all are like, I know some of y'all are like, what? What's she mean? What does she mean? Something she's doing to slow down her week because it's already Thursday, right? But no matter when you're watching this, what are some things you do to slow down your week? At any moment, we can choose to say, oh, enough. Give yourself 10 minutes. What part of your week can you grab 10 minutes to just breathe? Something I do with people is this deep breath in through the nose for 4, hold the breath right here for 7, and exhale through the mouth for 8. It's important. Re-regulates your nervous system. It works with your vagus nerve. Okay, it works with how your body perceives and receives things somatically, because when something happens to us, we immediately have this rush of like serotonin and dopamine that happens in our body, and we have to know that we can change that. We can choose to self-regulate that. See, by introducing breath into our bodies to change that flow. Okay, so, what are you doing this week to slow it down? Narrative writing. Just take some time to journal. Maybe it's playing an instrument. Maybe it's going for a walk. Maybe it's sitting doing breath work. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it's shaping clay. Maybe it is just time in silence with all the lights off and being under a blanket. Maybe you're going to spend 5 extra minutes in the shower just to give yourself some calm and some peace. Maybe instead of just taking a shower, you throw in some aromatherapy, okay, to help you relax and release. Whatever you're doing, do it well. So, beloveds, I hope and wish that you will prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers. My name is Angel. I'm the Soul Healing Coach. And, honey, I'll continue to share with you ways I have chosen to shut my life down or how I've chosen to pause. We don't have to always uh, pause, but we can choose when we pause and when we slow it down. Y'all take care and have a wonderful week.